frog in my throat. Are we recording?
All right, so we're starting a Premier Bee Products with Matthew, which we've talked to you through the years.
Yeah.
And so things are really going well.
100%.
And
yeah.
You guys have linked up with Nature's Image Farm also.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah. Greg at Nature's Image Farm does all of our wax dipping. He is the expert in wax dipping. You know, we talk a lot about with wax dipped equipment, which just continues to get more and more popular, that it's not all created equal, and there is a right and a not so right way to do things. Greg uses the right wax blend that you want. You want a high microcrystalline blend. It's just the right type of wax for it. High heat, you know, all that stuff. He does it really well. So he's using our box, and yeah, we have a great partnership with him.
I should probably ask him, but why not bounce it off of you? What is the difference between just putting beeswax on a hive and the process that you just talked about?
Well, the main thing with wax dip, Fred, is people that think, okay, I got 100% beeswax coated hive. That's not what this is. People that think they have a beeswax coated hive is really an exterior coating of beeswax. All that happens with that is after a couple weeks in the sun, things start to scrape, melt off, and you're left with bare wood, and that's not gonna last you. What Greg does and what a properly wax dipped box does is you heat it up really hot with hot microcrystalline wax. That gets the moisture out of the box, and instead it impregnates the wood fibers with that wax blend. So if you were to chip away at this box, you'd still get a wax interior blend that's going to protect this and repel moisture, and it's going to last up for a really long time. I don't like to put a number on it because, you know, there's still a lot to be studied, but Greg has been doing wax dip boxes for 20 plus years, and it's just been it's been a really popular product, and one that we stand behind because it's a good product.
The wax dip version, that's not your standard box, right? That's an add-on, something else people will request.
Right, yeah.
So how does it, what about Premier, what are you offering? Do all of them have the Propola interior surface, or do you also just sell regular boxes?
We sell regular boxes. You can get one with like the smooth interior surface. You can get one with our Propola box, which it just continues to get more and more popular, and which we're excited about. I know you're using them, Fred, so that's a positive thing. But yeah, so the Propola box just has that rough interior texture. That's what's going to get bees to propolize and get an entire envelope of propolis inside of that box. And as we know, there are just all sorts of health benefits that come from having a propolis-rich hive. Excuse me. So yeah, so that's what we're trying to get the word out more and more is, hey, as you need new boxes and you want to rotate out older equipment, use a Propola box, because having a really sound envelope of propolis is just going to give your bees that added boost of health that they need.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this box already has propolis in it. So is this from your apiary? Where's this from?
Right. This was one of our early test boxes. And this, I believe, was actually out in Ohio. We had a beekeeper there that used these. We tested a lot of, what was the optimal kind of grooving pattern that bees preferred. This was one of them, and this is really what we ultimately ended up with, is just, you get a lot of these grooves. You know, it's got a lot of surface area there for the propolis, but you can see on this right here, this is bare wood. A frame feeder was pushed up against this, so the bees couldn't access this. That's why they didn't propolize this. All of this dark, good propolis is that's the good stuff that you want. That's what the bees are gonna fill. So that's kind of the difference there. But I don't know if you were able to see Dr. Frank's talk from the USDA, but he spoke this morning on propolis benefits. And
he did?
He's got some. So the USDA Bee Lab in Baton Rouge is using our Propola boxes right now in a pretty big study looking at mites and mite counts, and he has seen some really interesting data on it. So I encourage over the next couple of years to be following up on this.
Are you saying a correlation between a Propola hive and reduce mite reproduction, or
Right,
what was
mite
happening?
counts in the hives, yeah. And he's, we're still kind of in year one of this study, but
Wow.
the early data, and he didn't expect to see data in year one, but he's already seen some statistically significant
Did he publish a
differences
paper, or
between.
is this an
Yeah, they
ongoing
are in the
study?
process. I don't know if they've published, if it's fully published yet, but they are. Him and Dr. Mike Simone-Finstrom are in the process of publishing
That
this.
is
So
going to be fantastic.
it's a really
for
interesting
beekeepers
study.
and for you guys.
100, yeah,
So,
100%.
all the way
100%.
around.
Well, that ultimately it's about the bees, so that's what we're
also,
excited about. But
you guys are instrumental. Why do you have a big cake of wax out here?
we're doing
What's going on?
we're doing a wax giveaway. Unfortunately, Donna has already won this, so Fred, you didn't win. I'm sorry.
I
but
didn't enter, so
That's
and
okay.
actually I wouldn't even know what to do with all that wax. Where
That's
did you get
okay. This is where we source. So we sell our Puracell foundations and our Pura frames. We sell those all across the country and across the world, actually. But
Well, yeah, let's
so
talk
this
about
is
the wax.
yeah.
Sorry to cut
yeah.
you off on that.
No, you're good. You're good.
Let's talk about the wax on the foundation.
Yeah.
Where
Well,
does it come from? What's the process?
so we get all of ours. We buy pallets of it. We go through pallets a week, multiple pallets a week. So we're buying a lot of beeswax. We get all of our wax from the Myers. They're in South Dakota. They're in Winfred, South Dakota, and they are some of the oldest and best beeswax renderers in the country. And we get all of their cappings beeswax. So this is how we get a 35-pound block of this. We melt it down. We apply it on our foundations, and away we go. So it's not too bad.
Now, what's the feedback been? Have you gotten some feedback from beekeepers that has made you think about some changes, or is everything kind of just going on exactly as you expected?
With the foundations you're talking? and
Everything
the frames
across the board,
and-
everything you offer, what kind of feedback have you received that might inspire you to maybe add something else, do something else?
Well, the main thing, Fred, our boxes just continue, and our Propola boxes continue to just get more and more in demand.
Wait,
and so
this is
we
an
keep.
8?
Yeah, this is an 8-frame.
Did you
right.
just add 8 frames?
Yeah, we added those last year. So we've got
Sweet,
8-frame,
'cause that was
10-frame.
actually- I'm glad I noticed that.
We've got 8-frame, 10-frame. We got deep, medium. We got
A lot of people are
we-
moving to 8-frame.
Right. And
Okay.
actually, we've noticed that more this year. I feel like at the
Yeah.
show, more people have been interested in 8-frame, which I think is
Wow,
interesting.
That's great.
But yeah, no, it's been really good, Fred. We get a lot. We right now we sell what we manufacture right in South Dakota. We make boxes, we make frames and foundations, and we get a lot of people asking, hey, do you make this? Do you sell this? Do you know? And so we're going to continue to expand and give people more offerings. But
Thanks a lot, Matt.
I
It's great to
appreciate
catch
you,
up with you, as
Fred.
always.
Yeah, you too,
All
you
right,
too.
great
Yeah,
product,
thank you.
healthy for the bees, and I love the idea that we might have some impact on Varroa mites.
absolutely,
That's great.
Thanks, Fred.